Nigeria, a country of an estimated population of 170 million, got her independence in 1960. Since independence, the country has witnessed several regimes, both military and civilian, with the former having stayed most in the power saddle. From 1999 to date, the country witnessing for the first time a prolonged democratic regime characterized by steady democratic cessation of civilian regimes. With the 2015 general elections by the corner, Nigerians are full of expectations. Dr. Patrick Dakum, a former Commissioner for Information in Plateau State and a public affairs analyst, speaks on the forthcoming general elections and the recently signed peace accord by all presidential candidates and their party leadership.
As a country, I think this is a very good move, and I really commend the efforts of Mr. President. I commend the efforts of Emeka Nyao, the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, and also the former UN Secretary General, and that is Kofi Annan. These are very notable international figures, and sitting in between candidates is very key. And of course, the government for agreeing that such a thing should take place and for being a participant. I think also commendable are the other presidential aspirants, key of which is of course the APC's candidate Muhammadu Buhari, coming together not only in a handshake but in a hug was very key to sending message down to the those that are adherents or those that are within the context of that party or those who are desiring to vote for one candidate or the other. By doing that, I think they are telling everybody that, look, we have a meeting point. We meet and we discuss and we shake our hands and we hug each other. Well, if you are my follower, you can do the same thing also with those who have a PDP, APC, SDP or whatever affiliation. Therefore, I think the message is extremely good.
Dr. Dakum, who is also a family physician and a chief executive officer, Center for Human Virology, Abuja, speaks on the moral conduct of Nigerians during the 2015 general elections.
Issues should be key to the development, but what are these issues we are talking about? We are talking about moral issues. There's a moral code in electioneering. The moral code is that love your neighbor as you do love yourself. Okay? The moral code is that you should not do unto somebody what you don't want that person to do unto you. But there are also political issues, meaning that if I vote for A and majority of people vote for A, then the result should not be B. The result should be that A that won the election. I believe that people, once there is clear, free and fair, nobody is going to raise any dust. Of course, people who lose will have the natural tendency to be dissatisfied, but like in the accord, it says that there are processes for addressing such concerns. And we have seen it in Nigeria that elections that were done that were not free and fair and the aggrieved people went to court, it was restored back to them. And that is why we have a staggered election in the governorship seats of many states today. That is, somebody who didn't win was declared as winner. The aggrieved person, instead of burning houses, killing people, went to court. And in court, it was addressed. And when it was addressed, his mandate was returned to him. Not only returned to him, but they gave him the number of years that he should serve, as enshrined in the Constitution.
On her part, former President, National Council for Women's Societies, and a woman activist, Hajia Ramotubala Usman, said, women issues are a major factor to consider in the 2015 general election, while challenging the female folk to come out en masse and speak for themselves through the ballot box.
There can never be any meaningful development in any country, including Nigeria, if women are not carried along. God is not a sleeping God to have created the woman from the rib of the man. We are helpers to the men. We are not rubbing shoulders with men. But you can see that in any home where the woman is over-dependent on the man, there is always, a threat of divorce or, women battering and this and that.
She added that governance is about women and children as they are always vulnerable. Hence, they need protection.
Women will never keep quiet. As our second stanza of the women anthem says, women can't be silent when all around the world people hot and hungry children cry. We're singing now for justice and development and hold the rights of all the people high. And the last one says, women now are working to build a better world where the love of peace rests on every shore, where men lay down their weapons and learn to love and share, and people work to bring an end to war.
They both commended the recently signed peace accord, but were quick to add that there is a need to match word with action.
That creates any insurgency situation any further should be called to book. The security agents should get hold of it.
The expectation of Nigerians is embodied in the purpose for which that accord was signed. And that is, we will have a free and fair election devoid of any violence. It will be peaceful. Results will be announced as and at when. Well, first of all, that electoral materials will be available and anybody who is eligible to vote will vote. And that it will be peaceful and that the person's vote will count.
This is Rowland Longs reporting for NDR.